All right, just getting everything pulled up on my computer. So I am live, but I did not actually publish that I was going to be here tonight. So I just had something fun that I wanted to share with you, and I hope that you'll catch me on the replay if you happen to not make it here live tonight. My name is Christy Hillock. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with CJ Card Creations, and I'm located in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we are back home after Christmas break, and I can't wait for Monday to send my kids back to school and just get back to normal. December was just crazy. We had that craft fair and just Christmas, Christmas will do it anyway, and then a trip, and so yeah, it's nice to be here and still start feeling like we're just gonna get back into the usual routine. So, all right, first thing I want to tell you just a couple of things. The new catalog starts January 4th, and it's so exciting. So it's also Celebration for January and February. And Celebration, the way that works is that for every $50 you spend, you get to pick a free item from the little Celebration catalog. So everything in this one is free. And there's so much fun stuff. So definitely want to make sure that you start shopping, which brings me to my next point. If you need a catalog, then let me know, because I would love to get one to you if you don't already have a demonstrator. Hey Julie, I'm so glad that you are here. It's nice to see you. So, all right, putting that aside, I have an in-person class on January 24th. So if you would like to come to that, I hope you will hop on my calendar. There's a link in the description, and RSVP for that. And then all of those lovely Christmas and fall things that we have had are retiring on January 3rd, which is Monday. So if there's anything you haven't gotten that you want, definitely head over there and get that. I know a lot of things have already sold out. And I do have a host code in the description of the video as well. And so if your order is below 150, I would appreciate it if you would use that host code. So, all right, let me show you what we are going to do tonight. We are using new products because I just had to share. So one of the new Celebration sets is this awesome Otters. So cute little otters and a couple of cute sentiments. And then this is designer series paper from the Sunshine and Rainbows free pack. And it's hard to tell, but this embossing folder is new, and it is called Stripes and Splatters. And so you actually get stripes. Nope, just kidding. Splatters and stripes. So I think these are going to be great. I went ahead and used the splatters because I felt like that went well with otters and water. So, oh, hey Mom, glad you're here. Okay, and then I kind of did like a little pond look here, and then it's so hard to show some of this stuff, but it's got some embossing around the edges of these two pieces, and those dies are actually from the new Beautiful Shapes dies. So I'll show you those two dies in just a minute, but this is the rest of that die set. So I'm really excited about these hexagons and need to figure out how to use those. So I think it's going to be good. All right. So now that I've shown you everything we're doing, let's get going. All right, the first thing that we'll want to do is just get all of our pieces stamped and cut out and everything. So I'm going to bring in my mini cut and emboss, because this actually will work perfectly for those embossing folders too. But I pre-embossed just because I didn't want you guys to have to watch too much of this maneuvering. So I'm going to take a piece of Pull Party and the larger of the two dies and just run that through. Try to do this without shaking the camera terribly. So we'll see. If it looks too shaky, I'll move it off the table. All right, so that is that die. And we've got this cute little piece. And now we just need to do the little smaller one, and I actually would rather stamp that first. I think it just will work a little bit easier in terms of positioning the die around the sentiment. So the ink that I'm going to use tonight is the Memento Tuxedo Black, because I'm also coloring with Stampin' Blends, and so those are only good with the Memento ink. So just stamp this on here. We'll set that aside and cut that out in just a second. And then I've got a little scrap of basic white and my cute little otter. So we'll get him inked up and stamped on there. Beautiful. He's so cute. So set all of this to the side so I don't stick my arm in ink. And let's do some coloring. All right, so I have brought in light and dark crumb cake and soft suede, and then also my color lifter. So I'm just going to start with his little nose and the dark soft suede and go right there. And then I'm going to take my light crumb cake and do his little belly and his face. So I had to look up some pictures of actual otters to figure out how to do the coloring for this, because I mean, I see them at the aquarium. We have awesome river otters in Utah, and they're so fun to watch swimming around, but I don't totally pay attention to their coloring. So all right, so there's his belly, and if you'll notice, I went lighter in the very center. So over here, I sort of did the same thing, but then I used my color lifter down his belly in the very center. And I think that that is a little more dramatic than I want it to be, so I'm trying it this way. All right, now I'm going to bring in my, let's see. I think what I want to do is do my dark crumb cake for the rest of his body, and then I'm going to accent with light soft suede. So just coloring, very therapeutic. So we went down to my in-laws for Christmas, and my husband was off of work the entire time we were there, which is extremely unusual. And what's even better about it is that he actually was mentally off of work too. So we had a lot of fun. He took me down to Zion for my Christmas present. We got a hotel room for one night, and his parents watched the kids. And so we ate fabulous food, and we hiked in Zion and sat in the hot tub, and it was just such a nice break. So I hope that you all got some good rest and relaxation over Christmas as well. We have a lot of new toys. So Joe and I had just done quite a bit of cleaning out of things, trying to, I mean, I guess really make room for Christmas, but also just because kids outgrow stuff, and so trying to pass all of that on. So if you notice, I just put the light soft suede in the spots where I wanted it to be a little darker, and now I'm just blending that in. So where there's the nice little accent marks that Stampin' Up! Gives us to kind of guide us about where things should be a little darker. And just make sure that it's all pretty even. And I think we're good. So now we will do some fussy cutting. And fortunately, this little guy is pretty easy to cut out. Just compared to some things, that's actually why I chose this image of the otter instead of the guy that's just got his head above water, because I didn't want to try to cut out all those splashes, but I felt like they were important to the image, so it wouldn't really work to just cut them off. So anyway, as you're doing this, you know, you just want to leave a little bit of a halo. Doesn't have to be perfectly even, because your eye, if you're not the one cutting it, isn't really going to notice if it's not perfect. You just see the image. And then you want to do more of moving the paper and less moving the scissors. But I'm just trying to be super careful around his little arms because I don't want to lose them. So, all right. You also don't want to have much excess sitting, you know, around, so I trim off the big chunks and then go back in and get the actual cutout done. So, fortunately, we are close to the end of this, and then all that's left is putting the card together and cutting out that sentiment. So yeah, I actually made this as a swap card for the Sweet Stampede, which is the team that I'm on, and we're focusing on all of our Celebration goodies. So I'm excited to see what other people come up with. There's a stamp set that's got a cute little card that I haven't gotten yet, but it is definitely on my list. So hopefully I'll get some cards with that and some ideas of how to use this one stamp set that's, I can't remember what it's called, Island Vibes or something. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a really good Celebration offering. So I'm gonna bring in my cut and emboss again. Get this little thing cut out quickly. All right, I think that should do. Because it's not perfectly oval, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight either, which is nice. Oh goodness, that's a lot of popping, but that is actually normal. Okay, get rid of all of this. And here we go. So I used Pacific Point, I think that's right, and I only embossed half of it with that splatter panel, or the splatter folder. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And we are just going to get some liquid glue to put on our Designer Series paper. And you can see the back side of it's really cute too. So there's really just never a design that isn't fun in sets like this. So, okay, flip this over. And then I'm just gonna make sure that my edges line up nicely. And that's looking pretty good. So I could be super finicky and try to trim that, but it's so narrow that I don't think it matters at all. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is bring in my crinkled seam binding ribbon and just wrap this around that seam. And I find myself doing this a lot just to make it less stark when you're changing between two patterns. So, you two are awfully quiet. Oh, hope you're enjoying this and looking forward to all of the fun to come in the spring. So, all right, get that trimmed. It's funny, this ties really nicely and it's really, really thin, but I was doing several bows with it and some of them did not cooperate the way some of the others did. So just bow tying can be finicky. All right, we're gonna glue on our little pond here. Just like that, and then glue on our sentiment. But first I want to pop this guy up. So he is gonna pop up over that ribbon. So I want to leave space for the ribbon to go in between the dimensionals. And now we kind of know where to put this little, I kind of set it up like a speech bubble, I guess. Oh goodness. So you are utterly awesome. Cute, cute. All right, let's get some dimensionals. Hey, Jane. Glad you're here. You'll have to go back and catch the replay to see the whole thing, but we are playing with the utterly awesome Otters, whatever the stamp set is from Celebration. So let me just trim out one more piece of dimensional here and pop off all of these little backings, and we will be done. So pretty simple, straightforward card, but I think it has a lot of cute factor. So, you know, I don't always go for the cute stuff, but this one was just hard to pass up. So there you have it. And actually this one I did not pop up the Pacific Point panel, and this one I did. So you can go either way and they both look super cute. So I am so grateful that you guys joined me, and if you're catching the replay, I really appreciate you watching. If you could like and share my video, that would be really appreciated. It helps me get more visibility on Facebook and hopefully get new friends to craft with us. So, all right, well, you guys have a very happy new year, and I will be here with you again next week. Thanks so much. Bye.